No one is spared by time, not even the most famous figures in Hollywood, whether due to lifestyle choices, excessive surgery, or simply the passage of time. Certain celebrities have undergone startling transformations, evolving from young heartthrobs to iconic movie stars. Some have aged gracefully, while others have undergone drastic changes that their admirers are in awe. Why had they changed so drastically in appearance, and which of them underwent the most astounding metamorphosis? Some of these will leave you stunned. Therefore, we will investigate the 15 celebrities who have aged horribly. Stay tuned as we reveal the shocking truth about these once beautiful celebrities. 15. Mickey Rourke. From heartthrob to unrecognizable. Mickey Rourke was regarded as one of Hollywood's most handsome leading males in the 1980s. He was frequently compared to music greats like James Dean and Marlon Brando because of his smoldering appearance, innate charm, and indisputable talent. He became a sex icon thanks to movies like Angel Heart and 9½ Weeks, and his rugged good looks distinguished him from other pretty boy stars of the era. However, Rourke's image evolved dramatically, shocking many admirers. He was nearly unrecognizable from his early days in Hollywood due to the drastic nature of his makeover. His decision to quit acting in the early 1990s and focus on boxing professionally was a significant contributing factor to this shift. Despite his lifelong love for the sport, he suffered enormously throughout his time in the ring. Deep facial slashes, a smashed nose, and broken cheekbones were among the numerous wounds to his once chiseled visage. He consequently had multiple reconstructive surgeries to fix the damage, but regrettably, the operations caused more harm than good. The procedures didn't restore his face. Instead, they left him with enlarged, unnatural features that didn't resemble the Mickey Rourke that admirers had once loved. The downside of plastic surgery. One of the most well-known warning stories against excessive plastic surgery is that of Mickey Rourke. His initial surgeries were intended to repair the harm his boxing career had caused, but his dependence on cosmetic modifications only made matters worse. He has undergone other procedures over the years, including skin-tightening treatments, lip fillers, and facelifts. He looked very different from his younger self due to the frequent terrible outcomes. His eyes, originally his most striking feature, were almost entirely obscured by layers of over-the-top makeup. His naturally large lips seemed strained and unnatural because of the fillers. His formerly defined jawline now appeared swollen. Many admirers conjectured that he had undergone too many operations to restore his youthful appearance, but the results of the procedures were the opposite. Rourke has acknowledged that his operations were an error. He has apologized in interviews for some of his operations, stating that he selected the wrong doctors who performed the work incorrectly. Even if he is no longer involved in Hollywood, reviewers and fans continue to discuss his appearance. The aging effects of hard living. In addition to his plastic surgery and boxing injuries, Rourke's hard-partying lifestyle was a significant factor in his quick aging. He developed a reputation for acting rebelliously in the late 1980s and early 1990s, often clashing with producers and directors. He became known for being challenging to work with, severely damaging his bright future. He also overindulged in alcohol and other drugs at this time, which hurt his skin and body. He seemed older than he was because of deep wrinkles, sagging skin, and a worn-out appearance brought on by years of drinking, smoking, and neglecting his own needs. Despite everything, Rourke returned to Hollywood with The Wrestler, which received critical and Oscar praise. Even though he may no longer look as young, he still possesses the talent that once made him a celebrity, as evident in his unvarnished and heartfelt performance. 14. Lindsay Lohan. From Hollywood's golden girl to tabloid tragedy. At one point, Lindsay Lohan was one of Hollywood's most promising young actresses. She was viewed as a natural talent with a bright future when she first appeared as a child star in The Parent Trap, and then solidified her reputation with teen classics like Freaky Friday and Mean Girls. She had the makings of a successful Hollywood career with her bright smile, gorgeous red hair, and youthful charm. Her job, however, took a turn for the worse as she entered maturity. By the middle of the 2000s, Lohan's problems had gained her more notoriety than her acting career. Her demise was caused by substance misuse, partying, and legal issues. Due to her unpredictable behavior, she was often seen stumbling out of nightclubs, getting into fights, and missing movie sets. Her appearance suffered as a result of this lifestyle. Her exquisite skin turned blotchy and prematurely aged. She appeared much older than her years due to the dark circles under her eyes, which are sometimes caused by excessive partying and sleep deprivation. A rapid transformation from a youthful beauty to someone who appeared exhausted and worn out astounded fans. The impact of substance abuse and poor choices. Lohan's years of drug and alcohol abuse significantly accelerated her aging process. The actress's repeated DUI arrests, court appearances, and treatment stays became the norm. Her physique and face suffered greatly as a result of her unhealthy lifestyle, ongoing legal issues, and stress. Over the years, she experienced significant weight fluctuations, sometimes seeming sick and bloated, and other times worryingly underweight. Her skin suffered from these quick changes, losing its suppleness and getting deep wrinkles far sooner than anticipated. She had lost all of the youthful, fresh-faced shine that had made her famous in her early years. Furthermore, her smoking habit made matters worse. Excessive smoking can accelerate the aging process, leading to wrinkles and a dull complexion. These symptoms made Lohan, a well-known chain smoker, look much older than other actresses. Failed attempts to reverse the damage. Lohan tried to go back in time with plastic surgery and cosmetic modifications as the consequences of aging became more apparent. Regretfully, the surgeries did more harm than good and did not restore her inherent attractiveness. Her cheeks looked suspiciously full, as if she had used fillers to retain volume, and her lips, which were formerly properly proportioned, were overfilled, giving her an unnatural trout pout, according to fans. Her already damaged skin, however, did not complement these improvements, giving the impression that she was fake rather than refreshed. Botox and other treatments further influenced her artificial appearance. Lohan appeared to have overdone it, leaving her with a rigid, plastic-like face devoid of expressions that formerly made her so attractive on TV. Many celebrities utilized these treatments judiciously to retain a youthful appearance. Lohan's career never entirely recovered, despite several attempts at a comeback, including appearances in reality shows and a few acting engagements. Even though she has tried to improve her life in recent years, the harm has already been done. She continues to serve as a clear illustration of how the demands of celebrity, drug misuse, and poor choices can significantly hasten the aging process. 13. Meg Ryan, from America's Sweetheart to Unrecognizable. In the 1990s, Meg Ryan was the epitome of the romantic comedy queen. In movies like When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, and You've Got Mail, she captivated audiences with her radiant smile, delicate curls, and girl-next-door charm. She was one of the most beloved actresses of her time, renowned for her youthful beauty and innate charm. But today, Meg Ryan hardly resembles the celebrity that America once adored. Her face has undergone significant changes, and many believe that cosmetic surgery has played an important role. Her genuine expressions, which made her performances so charming, are no longer there. Instead, her lips are plumper, her face is substantially tighter, and she looks very different from when she was at her best. Fans are startled by the stark contrast, and many wonder why she made such extreme changes to her inherent beauty. The downfall of a romantic comedy icon. Meg Ryan's career began to decline in the early 2000s. She abruptly left the limelight after being one of Hollywood's most bankable celebrities. Her shifting appearance was one of the most talked-about causes for her collapse, though there were other factors as well. When she began to appear with distinctly changed facial characteristics, fans who had previously loved her fresh, natural appearance were shocked. Although aging is a natural process, Ryan's transition was so dramatic that it garnered significant media attention. She attempted to preserve her youthful appearance through procedures that had the opposite effect rather than accepting the natural aging process. She lacked the warmth and expression that made her a famous actor, and her face sometimes appeared frozen. Hollywood casting directors appeared to move on, choosing actresses who still have that innate spark. A struggle to make a comeback. Meg Ryan has attempted to return to the industry in recent years, but her efforts have elicited mixed responses. The old and new Meg Ryan are difficult for fans who grew up watching her romantic flicks to reconcile. Although she has directed and starred in a few films, none of them have been able to recreate the enchantment of her previous works. The once bankable celebrity now finds it difficult to achieve the same degree of success, and her altered appearance frequently overshadows her talent. Ryan's efforts to maintain a youthful appearance may have made it more difficult for her to transition into new career stages, unlike actresses who age gracefully and continue to secure roles that fit their changing appearance. Her metamorphosis serves as a cautionary tale about the demands of Hollywood and the consequences of excessive efforts to maintain youth, despite her enduring status as a symbol of romantic comedies. 12. Val Kilmer. Hollywood heartthrob to unrecognizable figure. Val Kilmer was the quintessential Hollywood man in the 1980s and 1990s. With parts in Top Gun, The Doors, and Batman Forever, he immediately gained notoriety for his sculpted good looks, self-assured demeanor, and unquestionable acting abilities. His gorgeous jawline, captivating grin, and inherent charm made him a favorite. However, the man, once among Hollywood's most attractive performers, has aged in ways that have startled people worldwide. Kilmer's fight with throat cancer, which significantly altered his appearance, is partially to blame for his quick aging. His voice, one of his most distinctive traits, was severely damaged. His once strong features became gaunt, and his skin lost its youthful sheen. Even though the actor fought the illness valiantly and survived, there was no denying the physical toll. His weight changed a lot, and medical treatments caused his face to age and swell. After admiring his rugged good looks for a few years, many were surprised by the drastic transformation he had undergone. Furthermore, Kilmer was more severely affected by the aging process than anticipated. His once taut skin became wrinkled, and his once thick blonde hair became thinner. In contrast to his prior appearance, Kilmer's aging appeared even more dramatic because he refrained from undergoing extensive plastic surgery, unlike some of his Hollywood counterparts. Health issues that took a toll on his looks. Kilmer's health issues were a significant factor in his altered look. Rumors that the actor was suffering from a major illness started to surface in 2015, but he consistently rejected them. Later on, though, it was determined that he had been afflicted with throat cancer, a condition that necessitated intensive care, including several surgeries and chemotherapy. Kilmer had a tracheotomy as part of his treatment, which altered his capacity for normal breathing and speech. In addition to changing his voice, this also significantly altered his jawline and neck structure, giving him an older appearance than he had. His generally fragile appearance took aback fans who had not seen him in years, and the once perfect skin around his face and neck began to sag. Kilmer battled weight gain and loss over the years, in addition to cancer. His physique fluctuated erratically as a result of the stress of his health struggles and the adverse consequences of his medications. His face seemed swollen at times, probably from medication, while at other times he looked dangerously thin. His aging process became more apparent as a result of these drastic alterations, which increased fan speculation and anxiety. The impact of lifestyle choices. In addition to his medical conditions, Kilmer's personal decisions contributed to his dramatic metamorphosis. He had a reputation as one of the hardest actors in Hollywood to work with when he was at his best. He had a reputation for being a perfectionist and frequently argued with directors, which may have contributed to the burden he carried throughout his career. As we all know, stress may hasten the aging process, and in Kilmer's case, the consequences were too obvious. Furthermore, Kilmer's health condition might have gotten worse as a result of his hesitancy to get medical help at an early age. According to reports, he used alternative healing techniques for years while avoiding cancer treatment. The cancer had advanced considerably by the time he eventually consented to traditional therapy, which is why his look had changed so drastically. Kilmer has proven to be incredibly resilient despite everything. He even appeared in Top Gun: Maverick, using artificial intelligence, AI, to mimic his voice, demonstrating his continued acceptance of his new reality. Despite the significant changes in his appearance, his record as a gifted and committed actor remains unchanged. 11. Tara Reid, A Cautionary Tale from American Pie starlet. Tara Reid was once one of Hollywood's most promising young actresses. She became a breakout star in American Pie. She immediately established herself as a party girl who understood how to have a good time thanks to her blonde bombshell appearance and contagious smile. She was among the most sought-after actors in the early 2000s due to her youthful looks. As time passed, though, her beauty deteriorated, stunning both critics and admirers. Years of binge drinking, dubious lifestyle decisions, and several unsuccessful plastic surgery procedures are mostly to blame for Reid's dramatic makeover. Her once bright complexion became rough and prematurely aged. She lost a dangerously large amount of weight and looked haggard and ill overall. Reid became an example of how celebrity and excess can hasten aging, in contrast to many Hollywood celebrities who age gracefully. Her extreme weight swings were her main problem. She has received criticism over the years for never striking a healthy balance and for being either excessively thin or too fat. Her skin had become less elastic due to the drastic changes in her physique, giving the impression that she was much older than she was. The downfall of plastic surgery. Among the most notorious plastic surgery mishaps in Hollywood is Tara Reid's. She had several cosmetic treatments in the early 2000s, such as liposuction and breast augmentation. Regretfully, the outcomes were catastrophic. Due to the unevenness of her breast implants, her skin exhibited a noticeable rippling appearance. Even worse, her stomach seemed malformed after liposuction, with sagging skin and noticeable indentations. The actress, who was once toned and young, seems to have aged by decades in a single day. Since then, Reid has apologized for her decision to have surgery and acknowledged that her doctors had misled her. She subsequently had corrective procedures to repair the damage, but the outcomes were never the same. Her career suffered as a result of these surgeries, which made her appear older rather than enhance her inherent beauty. Living hard and its consequences. Tara Reid's past wild partying significantly contributed to her startling metamorphosis. She became one of Hollywood's most well-known socialites during her prime, often appearing intoxicated and disheveled at clubs and red carpet events. Her lifestyle choices primarily contributed to her early aging. Her complexion was severely damaged by years of alcohol misuse, resulting in early wrinkles, puffiness, and a worn-out look. Reid's young glow vanished so rapidly because heavy drinking causes the skin to become dehydrated and lose its suppleness. The aging process was further accelerated when coupled with stress, insomnia, and bad eating habits. Reid has made an effort to transform her life in recent years by prioritizing self-care and accepting new acting roles. Although she has made some progress, repairing the harm caused by years of hardship and poorly performed procedures will be a challenging task. 10. Steven Seagal, From Master of Martial Arts to Unrecognizable Person. Former martial arts star Steven Seagal was well known for his dominant on-screen persona in high-octane movies like Hard to Kill, Above the Law, and Under Siege. He was a formidable presence in the late 1980s and early 1990s, standing tall, athletic, and possessing charisma and discipline. He became one of his day's most recognizable action heroes, characterized by his slick-backed hair, sharp features, and piercing gaze. But over time, Seagal's once dominant presence underwent a significant transformation. He lost the athletic physique that made him an action hero due to his considerable weight gain. His motions, which had been precise and fluent, became visibly slow. The previously lightning-fast martial artist now looked sluggish and uncoordinated. Despite efforts to preserve his distinctive appearance, his once sharp and well-defined face had grown swollen with age, and his hairline had drooped. Fans were surprised by Seagal's physical makeover. Audiences found it hard to trust the man praised for his agility and fighting prowess, as he suddenly appeared to struggle with even simple moves. Lifestyle choices and controversial image. Steven Seagal's unconventional lifestyle has significantly contributed to his noticeable aging. He has been embroiled in several legal problems, including financial difficulties and accusations of wrongdoing. The stress of these charges and court cases probably influenced his aging process. Furthermore, Seagal's passion for binge eating and leading an unhealthy lifestyle appeared to overshadow his commitment to martial arts. According to reports, he disregarded his exercise regimen, which resulted in significant weight gain and early aging. Seagal seemed to relax, losing the discipline that had earlier characterized his career, unlike other action actors like Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger, who kept up strict exercise routines. Seagal has made several dubious career decisions, such as getting involved in politics and collaborating closely with the Russian government, adding to the scandal. Fans became even more irate when he was linked to Vladimir Putin and received honorary Russian citizenship. He made fewer and fewer public appearances, and when he did, audiences were taken aback by his altered appearance and lethargic manner. Unsuccessful attempts to revive his career. Steven Seagal has continued to make appearances in low-budget action movies despite his dramatic physical makeover, but these haven't been able to replicate the popularity of his previous work. Audiences have found it challenging to believe him as an action star due to his aged appearance, lack of agility, and wooden acting style. Seagal's more recent films extensively rely on stunt doubles and camera trickery to make up for his physical limitations. He frequently delivers languid, unimpressive punches, while body doubles handle the actual action rather than carrying out his action sequences. This simply served to emphasize how much he had changed since his prime. A shadow of his former action star persona. Although Steven Seagal once had a strong influence in Hollywood, it has been difficult to overlook the changes he has undergone over time. Seagal has let go of his once athletic physique, unlike other action actors who have kept up their fitness. His aging process has become more noticeable due to his weight gain and preference for big apparel. Many times, fans who remember him at the height of his fame are shocked by how much he has changed. His most recent movie appearances, which feature stiffer moves and slower reflexes, further highlight how far he has strayed from his heyday in martial arts. Even if he occasionally tries to demonstrate his previous abilities, it's evident that time has caught up with him in ways he can't undo. Seagal's makeover is a poignant reminder of how one's appearance can change significantly over time, often due to lifestyle choices. He used to be a martial arts legend, but his incapacity to stay fit and the scandals surrounding his career have rendered him almost unrecognizable. 9. Madonna, from the face of extreme plastic surgery to the Queen of Pop. Once upon a lifetime, Madonna was the ultimate pop icon. She ruled the music business from the 1980s to the 2000s thanks to her constantly changing appearance, contentious live performances, and unparalleled capacity for self-reinvention. With her daring fashion choices, immaculate complexion, and charismatic stage presence, she embodied the spirit of youth. However, Madonna's appearance has undergone significant changes in recent years. She has undergone extensive cosmetic treatments that have drastically changed her facial characteristics rather than aging normally. Fans and reviewers are shocked by the sudden stiffness and puffiness of her once expressive face and its unusual smoothness. Fans were surprised by Madonna's significantly changed facial structure, which was particularly noticeable in her social media posts and public appearances. While some celebrities make modest alterations, Madonna's decisions have had a profound impact on her appearance. The obsession with staying young. Madonna has always had an obsession with looking young. She insists on presenting herself as the same defiant and daring pop singer she was in her heyday, despite being in her 60s. However, she has turned to drastic cosmetic operations, which have had the opposite impact, rather than accepting the natural aging process. Madonna reportedly had facelifts, dermal fillers, Botox injections, and maybe cheek and jawline augmentations. Her face seems bloated and unnatural as a result of these treatments. Madonna's makeover has generated countless discussions concerning the risks of excessive plastic surgery rather than aging gracefully like some of her peers, like Cher or Cindy Crawford. Beyond surgery, she has made an effort to keep her appearance fresh. By applying many filters, she frequently distorts her face to appear decades younger in her social media images. However, unedited photos from public gatherings paint a distinct picture of the overworked face that bears little resemblance to the Madonna of the past. Backlash from fans and the public. No one has failed to notice Madonna's dramatic change. Her decisions have drawn criticism from admirers who earlier praised her for her self-assurance and inherent beauty. She is now the target of mockery and criticism rather than being commended for aging gracefully, not only because of her performance, but rather because of how different she appeared. Her participation at the 2023 Grammy Awards became one of the main topics of conversation. Many followers expressed their surprise on social media, with some even wondering if it was Madonna. Despite the criticism, Madonna remains steadfast. She continues to push limits with her appearance and has rejected criticism as ageism. But the truth is that her looks have eclipsed her singing in recent years. These days, she is more often spoken about for her cosmetic choices than for her contributions to pop culture. Madonna's makeover serves as a cautionary warning about the dangers of overdoing plastic surgery and the pressure on famous people to uphold unattainable beauty standards. Even though she is still considered an icon, many people are curious about what might have happened if she had opted to age naturally, given her significantly altered appearance. The struggles of defying age at all costs. Madonna has taken a straightforward approach to aging, but even with her best efforts, the results haven't always been accepted. Her usage of cosmetic improvements has resulted in an appearance that many admirers find unnatural, despite her ongoing efforts to reinvent her image. She has reshaped her face to such an extent that she is hardly recognizable from her younger years, thereby preserving her youthful appearance. Although she frequently presents highly filtered and edited images of herself on social media, her in-person appearances paint a different picture. Even as Madonna is still regarded as one of the greatest musical icons of all time, her reluctance to accept aging naturally has sparked numerous discussions. Her transition is one of the most talked about in Hollywood, since many of her attempts to defy time have drawn public scrutiny rather than adulation. 8. Johnny Depp, from Hollywood star to a weary older appearance. At one point, Johnny Depp was the epitome of cool. His piercing eyes, sharp jawline, and effortlessly fashionable appearance made him one of Hollywood's most adored actors, from Pirates of the Caribbean to Edward Scissorhands. Depp, who combined an unquestionable talent with a defiant attitude, was the epitome of raw appeal in his peak. Nevertheless, the once dashing star has undergone drastic changes over time. Years of frequent drinking, smoking, and stress have left his once smooth and glowing complexion looking leathery and exhausted. Previously thick and naturally untidy in a pleasing way, his hair now frequently seems disheveled, thinner, and devoid of the youthful energy he previously possessed. During his public appearances, his aging process has been particularly apparent. Depp has appeared with evident eye bags, deep wrinkles, and a tired face at court appearances and red carpet engagements. His once attractive, carefree, rebellious demeanor has given way to weariness, demonstrating the unavoidable effects of time and a torturous existence. Legal battles and lifestyle choices took a toll. Not only has Johnny Depp's age been influenced by natural factors, but his personal life has also been marked by disputes, legal actions, and hardships that have had a noticeable impact. One of the most traumatic and devastating incidents in his career was his widely reported legal struggle with his ex-wife, Amber Heard, which negatively impacted both his reputation and attractiveness. Fans couldn't help but notice how different he looked from the person he used to be during the court proceedings. His skin appeared dry and worn, his face seemed more bloated, and the black circles under his eyes indicated years of stress and restless nights. Although legal issues can be emotionally taxing, Depp was not an exception to the rule that they also have a physical impact. Depp's lengthy history of substance abuse, in addition to his legal issues, significantly contributed to his elderly appearance. Throughout his career, he was accused of heavy drinking, smoking, and allegedly using drugs. Even the best stylists in Hollywood can't conceal how Depp's lifestyle has caught up with him, whereas some celebrities age gracefully despite their vices. A career struggling to match his former glory. Johnny Depp's aging has also impacted his career. He used to be one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, landing big-budget jobs quickly, but in recent years, his career has taken a turn for the worse. His film possibilities have drastically decreased after he lost his role as Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, which made him a worldwide superstar. The toll of public battles and excess. A combination of his well-publicized personal issues and lifestyle choices have contributed to Johnny Depp's aging. While some celebrities age well, Depp's apparent physical changes appear to stem from years of personal struggles, financial difficulties, and legal disputes. His formerly polished Hollywood persona has given way to a more unkempt and worn-out appearance, complete with pale skin and visible weight fluctuations. In contrast to his earlier years, when he radiated natural charisma, Depp frequently looks gaunt in public. Additionally, his style has become more chaotic. Several admirers have noted that he occasionally appears older than his years due to his disheveled appearance and extensive ornamentation. He is still a beloved character, but his appearance, nearly unrecognizable from his early days in Pirates of the Caribbean, serves as a sobering reminder of the toll that a difficult life can take. Depp no longer delivers the captivating, scene-stealing performances for which he was renowned. Instead, he appears less vivacious, less adept, and weighed down by the burden of his issues. Even though his devoted followers still stand by him, it's undeniable that he has changed significantly from the Hollywood hottie he was. 7. Britney Spears, from pop princess to disgraceful public displays. America's sweetheart once was Britney Spears. She ruled the late 1990s and early 2000s with her young exuberance, brilliant grin, and catchy pop tunes. She was one of the most iconic stars of her generation, possessing the ideal balance of beauty, skill, and charm. But Britney's transition has devastated many fans, and the years haven't been kind to her. Although aging is a normal process, Spears' appearance appears to have changed significantly due to years of stress, personal hardships, and the intense demands of being a celebrity. Her once bright, youthful face now often appears strained and worn. Her trademark golden hair has become less shiny, and her makeup selections occasionally highlight rather than conceal the damage that years of upheaval have done to her. Britney's unpredictable demeanor and peculiar facial expressions during public appearances and social media videos have only heightened rumors about her health. Britney's lifestyle and personal struggles have taken a toll on her beauty, unlike other pop singers who have maintained their appearance through careful maintenance and a healthy lifestyle. Years of conservatorship and mental health struggles. The years of stress Britney Spears had while under conservatorship are significant contributing factors to her extreme aging. She was strictly governed by the law from 2008 to 2021, and her father made all her personal and financial decisions. She suffered as a result of this protracted court battle and the lack of individual independence. Over the years, fans saw that Britney frequently seemed worn out, disoriented, and confused. She aged more quickly than many of her peers in the music industry, and her face reflected the stress of continuously battling for her freedom. Her issues with mental health were also a significant factor. Britney has always been honest about her struggles, but it appears from her inconsistent social media posts and worrisome behavior that she has been experiencing difficulties for a while. Britney's situation is a perfect illustration of how stress, worry, and mental instability may significantly affect aging. unstable lifestyle, and public concerns. Fans have been concerned about Britney Spears' aging process even after she won her legal battle and gained independence. She frequently dances erratically, wears a lot of eye makeup, and makes appearances that many find alarming in her social media videos. She appears to be caught in an unstable cycle rather than refreshed and content. Recent appearances have demonstrated that she no longer resembles the pop sensation she once was, and her once iconic stage presence has decreased. Britney's problems have made her appear noticeably older than her years, unlike other celebrities who can age gracefully while remaining current. Although her admirers still encourage her and wish for stability, the fact is that Britney Spears has aged significantly due to the demands of celebrity life, personal struggles, and an unstable lifestyle. The weight of a lifetime in the spotlight. Britney Spears has undergone emotional and physical changes throughout the years. She used to be the epitome of the ideal pop star, but the constant criticism she received damaged her. She appears significantly older than her actual age due to years of stress, personal issues, and her well-documented conservatorship difficulties. Her once dazzling stage presence has given way to inconsistent and worrisome social media posts in which admirers comment about her unkempt appearance. Her eyes and emotions, which often appear worn out and aloof, reveal the effects of years spent under intense control and pressure. Her challenges have rendered her appearance more unpredictable, reflecting the highs and lows of her turbulent career, even though she still has moments of youthful vigor. 6. Axl Rose. The impact of rock star life was not invisible. At one point, Axl Rose was the quintessential rock god. As the lead singer of Guns N' Roses, he became one of the most recognizable characters of the late 1980s and early 1990s, thanks to his strong voice, defiant demeanor, and attractive appearance. Rock fans worldwide fell in love with him because of his distinctive bandanas, long, untamed hair, and sharp jawline. However, it's difficult to deny how Axl has been affected by years of rock star excess. Due to substantial weight gain, his once youthful face has become deeply lined, and his sharp features have softened. Although aging is unavoidable, Axl's changes have been more significant than those of other rock stars of his generation. His physical appearance has suffered as a result of decades of heavy partying, alcohol abuse, and an erratic lifestyle. Fans have been astonished by his recent performances, not just because of the noticeable decrease in his voice, but also because of how unrecognizable he has become. He used to be a slender, vivacious performer, but now his puffier face, larger body, and aging appearance contrast sharply. Failed attempts at maintaining his image. According to reports, Axl Rose has attempted to maintain his youthful appearances over the years with varying degrees of success. Axl has dabbled with cosmetic surgeries that have left him looking unnatural rather than revitalized, in contrast to certain celebrities who embrace aging gracefully. Fans and detractors have been debating the use of Botox, fillers, and facelifts. Although these operations can occasionally improve a person's appearance, Axl's experience appears to have the opposite outcome. His face often appears tight and strained, making him look significantly different from who he used to be. His dress choices haven't helped either, in addition to the cosmetic adjustments. Axl continues to adhere to his former rock star character, complete with big hats, sunglasses, and gaudy, inappropriate attire, rather than changing his appearance to reflect his age. Ironically, his efforts to preserve his image as a young rock star have made him appear even more outdated and elderly. The decline of his stage presence. In the past, Axl Rose was a captivating performer who dominated the stage with his exuberant antics, strong voice, and indisputable charm. He was renowned for hitting high notes and delivering prolonged theatrical screams. His performances, however, convey a different message now. Axl frequently appears worn out on stage due to his struggles with movement, breath control, and voice. He no longer moves with the agility and unpredictability that fans remember, and occasionally he even sits down during performances rather than sprinting across the stage. His singing ability has also deteriorated considerably. His voice has become weaker and more strained, losing the harsh, raspy edge that previously made it so recognizable. When his performances fall short of the enchantment of the past, fans who once flocked to arenas to witness him at his best now look on in dismay. A rock star's battle with time. Axl Rose has undergone a significant metamorphosis from a slender, vivacious rock star to his current look. He is almost unrecognizable due to weight gain and facial changes brought on by years of partying, erratic health practices, and extended spells of anonymity. Rose's aging process is a common topic of conversation because his alterations have been more drastic than those of some of his rock counterparts who have aged more organically. Even while he still performs, his energy level has decreased, and fans frequently remark how different he appears from when he was a member of Guns N' Roses. His physical alteration has garnered the most attention, solidifying his position as one of rock's most drastically aged figures, even though his voice has also evolved with time. 5. Russell Crowe, from gladiator to unrecognizable. In the past, Russell Crowe was one of Hollywood's most potent leading males. He dominated the early 2000s with his rugged good looks, sharp eyes, and indisputable talent, delivering standout performances in films like A Beautiful Mind, Cinderella Man, and Gladiator. His toned, powerful physique from Gladiator became the benchmark for action movie leading men. Today, fans are in awe of Russell Crowe's metamorphosis. The once slim actor has put on so much weight that he is hardly recognizable from his best days. Age has diminished his once intense vitality, rounded his face, and thinned his hair. Some actors smoothly transition from action stars to more sophisticated, mature performers, but Crowe's dramatic shift has been hard to overlook. Fans frequently find it difficult to believe they are staring at the same person because of the stark contrast between his gladiator physique and his current appearance. Weight gain and health issues. Crowe's substantial weight gain has been one of the leading causes of his aging metamorphosis. Crowe's lifestyle has caused his physical fitness to decline significantly, unlike performers who maintain their bodies in good condition as they age. Initially, his weight gain was attributed to roles that required him to gain weight, such as playing Roger Ailes in The Loudest Voice. But he never returned to his previous form after the filming was over. According to reports, his larger physique was attributed to poor eating habits, inactivity, and a sedentary lifestyle. Along with gaining weight, Crowe has also experienced several health problems. It appears that years of physical strain from action-heavy roles and probably untreated injuries have accelerated his aging process, as seen by reports of joint pain, trouble moving about, and general tiredness. A career marked by less impactful roles. In the past, Russell Crowe was an unstoppable force in Hollywood, leading big movies and giving performances that won awards. However, his job path evolved along with his appearance. He has played parts very different from his gladiator days in recent years. He now plays roles that suit his altered appearance, rather than the strong, commanding hero, frequently portraying older, rougher, and less physically demanding characters. He is still a gifted actor, but the roles available to him have changed due to the drastic change in his appearance and vitality. Those who formerly regarded him as the best leading man now see him in parts that frequently seem to be a shell of who he was. The decline of a Hollywood gladiator. Despite being one of Hollywood's most prominent performers due to his rugged charm and commanding presence, Russell Crowe has aged. Crowe has allowed aging to gradually take its toll on him, resulting in considerable weight gain and a considerably less polished appearance than some actors who strive to maintain their appearance. His change has been striking, especially for fans who recall his gladiator days, even though he still commands attention on film. Reactions to his unwillingness to adhere to Hollywood beauty standards have been mixed. Some people are surprised by the extent of his transformation, while others appreciate his natural aging process. Even though he remains a gifted actor, his appearance has become a topic of conversation, reminding viewers of the unpredictability of aging. 4. Demi Moore, drastic changes in appearance. With her parts in Ghost, A Few Good Men, and G.I. Jane, Demi Moore was once one of Hollywood's brightest stars. She appeared to defy aging with her gorgeous dark hair, immaculate skin, and toned body. She was a symbol of elegance and beauty in the 1990s and early 2000s, and her classic appearance won her admiration. Moore's appearance, meanwhile, has undergone dramatic changes in recent years, shocking both critics and admirers. Her face appears abnormally tight at red carpet events, leading some to speculate that she has undergone so much cosmetic surgery that she is nearly unrecognizable. Fans were taken aback by her significantly changed facial shape when she walked the runway for Fendi in 2021. Rumors that plastic surgery had gone too far were stoked by her sunken cheekbones, full lips, and exceptionally smooth complexion. Moore appeared to have opted for drastic cosmetic procedures that backfired, changing the inherent beauty she was previously praised for, rather than accepting age gracefully. Failed plastic surgery and Hollywood scrutiny. Like many other Hollywood celebrities, Moore has been under tremendous pressure to keep a youthful appearance. Although some actresses choose to make minor touch-ups, Moore's purported surgeries have generated a lot of controversy regarding the risks associated with overdoing cosmetic treatments. Although she has denied having surgery throughout the years, both fans and specialists have seen significant alterations to her facial structure, especially to her jawline and cheekbones. Some speculate that her appearance may have been artificial, almost wax-like, due to the use of facelifts and fillers. Moore's evolving appearance has overshadowed her acting career, unlike that of certain celebrities who have transitioned into more mature roles with ease. She may be passed over for a job by casting directors, concerned that viewers will be more interested in her looks than her acting. Moore, an A-list actress in her prime, has thus struggled to maintain the same level of popularity. Career decline and public image. Moore's career has suffered from several personal and professional failures in addition to her appearance. She was in the news for years due to her high-profile relationship with Ashton Kutcher, who was 15 years her junior, but her public image diminished after their divorce. Her most notable roles have been in independent films and television shows, and she has played fewer parts in recent years. Regretfully, none of them have been as successful as her previous efforts. Her metamorphosis serves as a cautionary tale about the stresses of aging in the entertainment world, even for a Hollywood classic like herself. The pressures of perfection. Demi Moore was once the epitome of timeless beauty, but her attempts to appear younger haven't always been successful. She has maintained a toned physique, but the changes to her face have sparked considerable discussion. She has taken considerable measures to maintain her youthful appearance, as evidenced by the nearly unreal aspect of some of her cosmetic enhancements. Fans have found it challenging to recognize the actress they once knew due to her changing features, even though she remains gorgeous in many aspects. Moore has chosen a path that has occasionally caused her to appear significantly different from her younger self, rather than embracing a more natural aging process. Her appearance is a prime example of Hollywood's expectations for women, compelling them to do whatever it takes to maintain a youthful appearance. 3. Rose McGowan, from Hollywood starlet to unrecognizable. Rose McGowan became one of Hollywood's most compelling actors in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Thanks to her stunning beauty, dark hair, and smoldering gaze, she became a symbol of edgy, alternative Hollywood style. She was a rising actress who appeared destined for a long career, best remembered for her parts in Jawbreaker, Scream, and Charmed. However, McGowan's appearance has undergone significant modification over time. Her once favorite young looks are no longer there. Her facial expression seems stiff, and her once smooth skin has changed, raising the possibility that over-the-top cosmetic treatments were involved. Her old appearance is also a result of her lifestyle choices, stress, and public conflicts. Fans are astonished by the stark contrast between her youthful attractiveness and current appearance. Many cannot recognize her from recent public appearances. A controversial transformation. Although McGowan has always been vocal, her change has been among the most significant in Hollywood. Many people think she looks entirely different now than before undergoing numerous cosmetic treatments. McGowan's modifications have been far more noticeable than those of other celebrities who opt for minor improvements. According to reports, the significant change in her facial characteristics may have been caused by a botched surgery. She stated in an interview that a surgical operation to treat a sinus problem had unexpected repercussions on her appearance, which fueled rumors that she had changed the way she looked. The actress's shaved head, which contrasted sharply with the long dark hair that had previously characterized her style, also garnered media attention. It increased the shock effect of her abrupt transition, even though she claimed that her choice was a personal declaration of empowerment. Some admirers believe she has lost the qualities that once made her one of Hollywood's most beautiful leading ladies, while others embrace her new appearance and message of self-acceptance. Stepping away from Hollywood. McGowan's acting career suffered as she became increasingly vocal about the negative aspects of the profession. She was once a mainstay in Hollywood, but these days she primarily works on writing and advocacy rather than movies or TV shows. She became a divisive figure due to her fight against Hollywood's elite, especially her involvement in the #MeToo movement. She was commended for her bravery in speaking up, but she also encountered criticism, which might have contributed to her stress and aging. In contrast to some celebrities who transition smoothly into new stages of their careers, McGowan's departure from Hollywood was marked by conflict, scandal, and obvious emotional distress. Today, she is hardly the same actress that fans previously loved, demonstrating how time, struggles, and the pressures of celebrity can alter a person in unforeseen ways. The cost of Hollywood's expectations. One of the most talked about physical changes in recent years has been Rose McGowan's, but her appearance has changed for reasons beyond mere age. Her appearance has undergone drastic changes from her younger years, thanks to several cosmetic surgeries and her determination to deviate from conventional Hollywood norms. Her advocacy and outspokenness have taken center stage, yet some admirers find it difficult to identify her, and her appearance frequently becomes a topic of conversation. In contrast to some celebrities who make subtle attempts to combat aging, McGowan has seen significant changes that have only served to emphasize the passage of time. Even if she continues to make headlines, her transformation remains a contentious issue that highlights the challenges of aging in the public eye. 2. Ozzy Osbourne, a rock star's battle with time. Black Sabbath's iconic frontman, Ozzy Osbourne, was considered the epitome of a rock star. He rose to fame in heavy metal thanks to his outrageous behavior, strong voice, and distinctive long hair. Ozzy embodied the quintessential rock and roll lifestyle of the 1970s and 1980s, characterized by extravagance, rebellion, and an infamous reputation for wild partying. However, his appearance has suffered dramatically as a result of years of substance abuse and hard living. Ozzy, who was once a forceful performer, now appears fragile, frequently slumped over, and moves slowly. He is hardly identifiable from his younger years due to the deep wrinkles and drooping skin that have drastically aged his facial features. Although aging is a normal process, Ozzy appears significantly older than many of his contemporaries due to the drastic consequences of his lifestyle choices. His once vibrant stage presence has waned, and he has recently battled several health issues, making him appear even older. Health issues and physical decline. Ozzy Osbourne's deteriorating health has had a significant influence on his aging. He has experienced several illnesses over the last 10 years, such as Parkinson's disease, spine injuries, and a string of infections that have made his general health worse. His fight with Parkinson's, which he made public in 2020, has impacted his speech and mobility. His admirers, who once viewed him as an unbeatable rock star, now see a guy battling the effects of aging. The years of rock and roll excess have cost him, as evidenced by his tremors, slurred speech, and fragile body. He also has chronic pain from his numerous falls and operations. He has occasionally needed walking assistance, which is a sharp contrast to the untamed, vivacious entertainer he used to be. Due mainly to these health issues, he appears much older than his actual age. A fading career and retirement struggles. Ozzy has tried to maintain his musical career despite his health problems. Although he has tried to tour and release new music, his deteriorating health has forced him to postpone several shows. After witnessing his incredible performances, fans now see a man struggling to keep up with his previous self. Ozzy still aspires to perform, but he frequently lacks the strength to do so, according to his wife, Sharon Osbourne, who has been candid about his struggles. Even though he is still regarded as a legend in the music business, many fans are devastated by his physical deterioration as they watch their hero gradually deteriorate. There is a clear difference between the feisty Ozzy of today and the wild, rebellious Ozzy of the past. His age serves as a reminder of the toll that even the most renowned individuals can suffer from years of excess and health issues. He will always be remembered for his contributions to rock and heavy metal, and his innovations have been among the most significant in the music industry. The effects of a lifetime of excess. Decades of adversity have taken a toll on Ozzy Osbourne's aging. His appearance and health had been negatively impacted for a long time by his rock and roll lifestyle, which was characterized by excessive partying and substance misuse. Even though he has continued to perform, it is evident from his weakened body and delayed motions that his history has caught up with him. Osbourne's hardships have made him appear far older than his years, unlike certain rock artists who age gracefully. Even while his characteristically wild demeanor endures, it is impossible to overlook the consequences of his lifestyle. A reminder of how a career of excess can hasten aging, fans who grew up watching him in his heyday now witness a different version of him. 1. Terence Hill, the golden days of a Western legend. One of the most well-known figures in the spaghetti Western genre was Terence Hill. He enthralled audiences with his piercing blue eyes, sculpted features, and unquestionable on-screen magnetism while starring in movies like They Call Me Trinity and My Name Is Nobody. Hill stood out due to his more youthful and endearing appeal, unlike Clint Eastwood's weathered, gruff appearance. He was a popular favorite because he was athletic, witty, and had a natural sense of humor. He dominated the Western scene in the 1960s and 1970s, frequently co-starring with Bud Spencer in action comedies that became cult favorites. He achieved worldwide popularity due to his effortless charisma and boyish good looks, making him one of his era's most adored European actors. But as the years passed, the image of the dashing gunslinger began to wane. Hill decided to accept aging naturally, unlike many Hollywood celebrities who actively sought anti-aging procedures and treatments. As time passed, his blue eyes lost their gleam, and his once young face grew grizzled. Some admired his decision to age gracefully, while others were shocked by how different he had become from his heyday in film. The unforgiving effects of time. Unlike many of his peers, Terence Hill gradually left mainstream Hollywood to concentrate on smaller projects in Europe. His choice spared him from the severe scrutiny of Hollywood's beauty standards, but it also meant that his transformation was primarily overlooked for many years. Fans were shocked by the significant appearance difference when he emerged. The formerly attractive actor was now nearly unrecognizable from his younger years due to substantial wrinkles, receding hair, and a fragile physique. Age had softened his well-sculpted face with high cheekbones and a firm jawline, and his skin had lost the radiance that had previously set him apart. His weight loss was one of the most striking features of his transformation. Hill kept a trim yet muscular physique throughout his peak, giving the impression that he was strong and nimble. However, as he grew older, his body became notably slimmer, which made him look older. His cowboy charm, which had once made him appear like a comic book hero, had diminished to that of an elderly man who didn't look like the movie star he once was. His age became even more noticeable when he attended interviews or public events. His transformation shocked fans who had grown up watching his spaghetti Western classics. Many people had difficulty believing they were staring at the same person due to the sharp contrast between his youthful attractiveness and current appearance. Struggling to maintain his legacy. Maintaining one's legacy is one of the most challenging aspects of growing older, especially for well-known actors, and Terence Hill has had to face this reality. Although there is still a cult following for his older works, viewers today frequently do not identify him as the same person who formerly dominated the Western genre. Hill's shift into smaller films and semi-retirement led to him fading into obscurity for extended periods, in contrast to some of his peers who continued to act in prominent roles well into old age. Hill has continued to work in the entertainment industry despite his physical transformation, directing and starring in TV series and movies, particularly in Italy. But as time has passed, the charm and energy that once characterized his performances have inevitably diminished. His once vibrant, lively voice has become softer and more reserved, reflecting the reality of aging. However, Hill's fan base remains devoted, and many of them respect his decision to age naturally rather than undergo extreme cosmetic surgery. Even if he doesn't resemble the young cowboy who once appeared on movie screens, he is nonetheless revered for his contributions to the motion picture industry. Even though aging has altered his appearance, his illustrious career has had a lasting impact.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon